Welcome to this week's Writing Revolution PD. Today will be the first of a two-part series on vocabulary strategies. And the first strategy that we'll be doing is the 7-step vocabulary routine. It's a 6-minute pre-reading and vocabulary routine. So before I get into the steps of the routine, I just want to mention that this is something that you're going to do with one vocabulary word. So it's really important that you pick a very high leverage vocabulary word, something that's very important to understanding the lesson or the text of a day. And then you provide students with multiple opportunities to practice that word throughout the lesson. So I often use this in the beginning of a new unit or the beginning of a lesson segment with a really important word that's really going to open up a lot of opportunities for students to engage with the text and the content. So to do the 7-step routine, first you're going to present the word to the students and you're going to say it together chorally. This is something that can be a little difficult with remote learning, but if you just try your best to do it, and what I've been doing is I would call in a few students just to read it out loud, and then give students other opportunities to use the word vocally throughout the lesson. Also, a note that this is not a lesson in itself. This is really just a 6-minute routine that is going to add to your lesson. So for this example, the word is prodigy. So first we would say the word chorally. Then I would read the word in context. So the 16-year-old tennis prodigy is the youngest player ever to reach the Olympic finals. Step 3, I'm going to give a definition for the word. Prodigy, a young person with special and exceptional qualities or abilities. Step 4, I'm going to explain the meaning with student-friendly definitions and give examples that students can relate to. So here, prodigy, which is a noun. Venus and Serena Williams were child prodigies because they excelled at tennis from a very young age. Another example, Shirley Temple was a child prodigy that had a special talent for dancing and singing. This may seem like a very obscure reference, but the reason is because in this case, the Shirley Temple is actually mentioned in the text that we read as a class multiple times. So this is just also building some additional background knowledge for the students as well as giving context. And we play a video just to give a little bit more context. The next step is to engage students in a discussion. So in this case, it was a think pair share, which is something that would be easier to do in class. But for this example, I said if you could be a child prodigy, or I'm sorry, if you could be a prodigy, what would be your special or exceptional talent? Discuss your answer with a partner. Begin by saying, if I could be a prodigy, my special ability or talent would be. Share out with the class. Be sure to use the word prodigy. So this is a case where you could do this in a meeting, Google meeting, have students share or type in the chat box. I've done that. Or if you want to be more creative, you could use additional tools that maybe you've already used or try some new ones. An example would be Flipgrid if you want to have students record themselves using the word in a sentence, or Padlet, which is actually offers quite a bit of functionality in terms of students could upload a picture, they could upload a video or an audio file. So in this case, I have our vocabulary word prodigy. Says, if you could be a prodigy, what would be your special or exceptional talent? Record your response. So in this case, a student named Michael Jordan wrote their response, if I could be a prodigy, my special ability or talent would be playing baseball. And then they recorded their response verbally so that you can hear them pronouncing the word. And then the next part, it says pair with a classmate. So read a classmate's response and leave a comment. And here a student responded to Michael's post and said, "Mike, aren't you already a basketball prodigy?" And I would encourage you to try out Padlet because I think it could be really good for this. We'll be doing some additional PD work on Padlet in the next PD. But if you can see if a student uploads, they can write their name here. And then from here, you have an opportunity to very easily upload a video, upload pictures, upload an audio file, just like you can with Flipgrid. Okay, the last step of the 7-step vocabulary routine is really the most important step. And this is where you're going to assign a written activity in which students will be held accountable for the word. So the real key to this strategy is that you're going to use the word throughout the lesson and then hold students accountable to use the word and to test their understanding of it. So here I have today's lesson. We will focus on the author's word choice when describing the immigrant experience in America. In our writing and discussion, consider why Amy Tan chose to use the word prodigy when talking about an immigrant experience in America. Make sure to use the word prodigy in your response to today's writing prompt. So there is the accountability where students are actually asked to use that word in their writing response. This can be used as an exit ticket. I think it works the best as the very first do now in a class. And again, this is something that should only take 5 to 6 minutes. And I would say to use your creativity to incorporate it into the way that you've already been providing lessons in terms of tools you're using in addition to Google Slides or Padlet and Flipgrid. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me, Mr. Plesac, anytime, and I'd be happy to answer any questions or help you out with getting involved with Padlet.